It's that awareness, that heart-centered awareness beyond the program, beyond body-mind, that we need to connect with, we need to become part of, because it's the true self anyway, and bring that in an expression in the way we live our lives into this program. That will dissolve the program and start to manifest that reality here. That's all it is. We don't need minutes and committees. I don't even really need vast protests. We need to transform the reality by becoming another reality and expressing that reality within this one. This reality will not survive that energetic onslaught of the natural order, of truth, of love, of peace. It won't. We want a world of love and peace, then we have to be loving and peaceful with each other as well as those we don't like. That's it. That's it. It's rejecting the program and rejecting the impulses to follow the program and expressing our freedom, living what we want this world to be, and collectively we will be the world that we want it to be. It's that simple. It's about breaking down all the pretenses, all the lies that we've been fed, rejecting them, coming to our own conclusions through the heart. This great quote from Osho, the awakened man and woman. People are afraid, very much afraid of those who know themselves. They have a certain power, a certain aura. Why? Because they're accessing high frequency, vibrational energy, awareness, information. They have a certain power, a certain aura, and a certain magnetism. A charisma that can take out alive young people from their traditional imprisonment. The awakened man or woman cannot be enslaved. That is the difficulty, and he cannot be imprisoned. The awakened man is the greatest stranger in the world. He does not seem to belong to anybody. No organization confines him, no community, no society, no nation. That is the revolution. The revolution of freedom, of being our unique self without permission from anybody. Who's going to give me permission to be me? I don't need it, thank you. I am what I am, I shall express it. I am me, I am free. You cannot stand fully in the truth of your being as long as you continue to demand acceptance, approval, and validation from people outside of yourself. Be willing to piss people off if it means standing up for your truth of who you are. They told me 25 years ago, you're finished. No way out of this, no way back from here. It's all over. What are you going to do with the rest of your life? It's over. You can't go any further after all that frickin' ridicule. Watch me. We don't have to compare ourselves with other people. We are our unique self. We have nothing to compare with. He's got more money. He's got that. He's more famous. Who gives a shit? I am my unique self. It doesn't matter. As long as I express my unique self, I am in my power. I don't need to be anyone else. I am me. I am unique. I am a unique point of attention within an infinite reality. We all are, but we forget that. As Jiddu Krishnamurti said, we are always comparing what we are with what we should be. We are what we are. Let's express what we are, celebrate what we are. And then the uniqueness, the spontaneity of expressing uniqueness will break the program, which is about suppression of uniqueness and oppression and conformity. We are the revolution if we cease to conform with traditional, programmed, this is how you do it, reality. All the great changes of society and changes of anything, the great visionaries, all of them, have been ones that have walked out of the program and taking the shit for doing so. Because out of the program is the only way you're going to push on in terms of understanding what life is about, who we are, and where we're coming from. The greatest fear in the world is the opinions of others, and the moment you are unafraid of the crowd, you are no longer a sheep. You become a lion, and a great roar rises from your heart. the roar of freedom of being you and not someone else's version of you. Come out of the masses, stand alone like a lion and live your truth according to your own light, not someone else's version of it. Expressing our uniqueness is a revolution that will change everything, because the program depends on that not happening. It is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep. What's the point? Doing what is right, no matter what you are told, is the spirit of change. Because if you don't do that, you're just operating within the circle and nothing changes. You have to step out of the circle and do what you believe to be right rather than what you are told to do, to break out of the program, out of the circle, and thus move society forward. Oh, it's so simple, expressing our uniqueness. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. That's how you change the world. That's how you change the world. It's the only way. Jump! And you find you can fly. Doesn't mean there ain't challenges, but my God, you find your life changes and it becomes the adventure and not the chore.
One of the key things we need to do is to change our self-identity. If you identify as your name, your life story, your race, your religion, your background, whatever, you are identifying with a set of labels that are transitory and are incredibly brief. And those set of labels are not you. They are what you are experiencing. I am not David Icke. I am a point of attention, which can be myopic or vast, within an infinite stream of consciousness. And you are a point of attention in that same consciousness that observes reality from a different point of view. We are all points of attention in that same one consciousness, which is why racism is so ludicrous. And if you self-identify with your labels as the I, the total I, then you see the world in a certain way, and it can be very frightening. But when you self-identify as I am eternal, infinite awareness having this experience, and when we leave the body, our attention expands far as we want it to, because that attention is no longer being focused through the body, through the five senses. And we go on experiencing and exploring forever, forever. This is a brief experience. And when you observe the world from that perspective, it's not so frightening. And you have the ability to connect dots because you're seeing things from a panorama and not a myopia. And from myopia can seem very, very fearful, but from the panorama, it's just another experience. Our perceptions become our experience. And if you fall into fear of something, everything in this reality, everything is a frequency. Every thought is a frequency. Fear is a frequency. It's a different frequency to love. It's a different frequency to joy. And we live in this sea of frequency, of possibility and probability. It's like being a computer that is living in a Wi-Fi sea. And within that Wi-Fi sea is everything on the internet. And so potentially you can put anything on the internet on your screen, your experience. But our perceptions are also frequencies.
We got to be able to serve people when they need it most.
This isn't your grandpa's Zoom call from someone's living.
And so if we are in a frequency of fear and we are generating that field, that electromagnetic field, we are going to make a symbiotic frequency connection with like frequencies. And what we do is we draw to us as an experience what we fear. And all the time, why do certain things keep repeating in people's lives but not repeat in others? Because what they're putting out as perception, which is a frequency field, is drawing towards them like a magnetic phenomenon. It's drawing to them what they're putting out. And so if you fall into fearing something, the likelihood of that becoming your experience is massively increased. I've experimented with this through my life. I had very serious rheumatoid arthritis. I mean, I remember on one occasion I was trying to walk through Terminal 5 at Heathrow Airport, and literally I was shuffling my feet along towards the plane because I couldn't even lift my legs. I don't have that now. I have no pain. It doesn't affect my life in any way. And the difference is I changed my perception. See, why is it that so many people die within the period that the doctor tells them they have to live? How long have I got, doctor? 6 months. They die in 6 months, over and over and over again. And you know something? People have been told they have a fatal disease. The doctor has given them a prognosis, you have so long to live, and they've died. And when they've done the post-mortem, they didn't have the fatal disease. Because the mind is all powerful. It's constantly creating our reality. Its perceptions are constantly becoming our experience. So I decided that if my reality was being controlled by my perceptions, then my perception is this arthritis is not going to trouble me anymore. And it's not going to progress. And it's not going to have me in a wheelchair and wizened up. And that's exactly what's happened. No drugs, no doctor. That's exactly what's happened. And everybody has the power to use their mind to dictate their own reality. Why is it that this cult, this system, is so desperate to control human perception? Because it knows human perception becomes human experience. And if we fall into states of fear, we are going to manifest fear, reasons to fear all around us. But if we take our minds back, we take our consciousness back, we can create a different reality. Because what is human society? It's the sum total of human perception. Human perception changes, human society must change because it's just a reflection of the sum total of human perception. We love each other, we live in a loving world. We hate each other, we live in a world of hate. We fear, we live in a world of fear. We are in control. They've just persuaded us we're not.